Hi everyone, Sports Jazz. Thank you so much for tuning in. Isaac, Josh, and Aziz, we are back. Full squad, we are in the building, and of course, we are going to be, as always, talking about football, Man United. We are going to go out and talk about the games yesterday, Arsenal and Newcastle. Then, of course, the game later tonight, that is Spurs hosting Liverpool, still in the FA. Please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. And yeah, Josh, I see you're comfortable today. You're really comfortable
Yeah,
today, Josh.
yeah. Very comfortable, very comfortable. I'm not
Well,
complaining. I got some good news earlier today. Rashford could
well,
be on his way.
that's the good news.
Yeah.
I
It's
thought
good
you were going
news.
to tell me you got some good news. Uh, that's rather the team you drew with last time. That small team, in quotes, small team, is getting beaten tonight again.
Wow, that's a difficult one. They play Spurs
Yeah, correct. They play Spurs
and
tonight.
Anje Postecoglou, I think, is the biggest football manager player who
Aziz,
is really managing football. I mean, I don't know what he wants in football games. You don't expect him to do very much. Whereas Anslot and his Liverpool side, you will always know that they are going for the juggler. They're actually, they play with the intent to win a football match.
well, it looks like they didn't do that over the weekend against Man
No,
United.
because
But
the opposition that they came up against was bigger than them. It's just the times that are a bit different. That right now they are
Yeah,
floating, but
it's bigger, but the
the
bigger team could not win also.
yeah.
no,
It could
Aziz,
have been because it is in a bit of a slumber at the moment, but
Eh,
we still have 20 league titles ahead of Liverpool, and there was a pandemic that
one league
took
title
over
ahead
the
of
whole
Liverpool,
world for
not
Liverpool
20.
to
You say
just
one. You're
make
only ahead
18.
one, which we're going
Yeah,
to
but
equalize this season.
for you to make 19, the world had to suffer a pandemic.
okay,
I don't know what you'll say
yeah,
after getting
there we
18
go,
this one.
there we
It's
go,
this
guys.
year. It's just this year.
Sports
This
Jazz,
year is
everyone,
not
please turn on the notifications. Do subscribe. Aziz, Josh, and I myself, Isaac. Let's kick it off, Josh. News coming in from the Manchester United Cup is camp. Sorry, AC Milan has officially approached Man United. In fact, Rashford's agents or representatives are already flying to Milan if they're not ready, if they are not yet, if they haven't arrived yet. But from what I understand, they are on their way to Milan. And Milan has already proposed a loan with an option to buy offer to Manchester United, a deal approximately 50 million pounds plus add-ons. So I would love to know your take, by the way, Josh. And I understand Juventus is also coming into the mix, and they're still very much interested in Joshua Zirkzee. Yeah, we are going to talk about other teams. Borussia Dortmund is also in the mix. They've officially opened the channels to speak to Rashford's representatives. Josh, your boy is going because I know you've been putting up a strong defense every time someone comes out criticizing Rashford, but it looks like it's all done.
Yeah. It doesn't look very rosy for Manchester United's academy graduates over the years because, I mean, United has not benefited from the academy graduates like, say, Rashford, who has spent a bit of real time at the club. You can see that players that came through the ranks from the academy, like Scott McTominay being the latest, have all left the club for pastures new. Angel Gomez looked like a very bright future, but he was moved on because he couldn't break into the first squad. And Marcus Rashford is going to fall suit at this moment. And um, what is different about this particular situation is Marcus Rashford is the one who is pulling the plug. He wants to leave Manchester United. He wants to get a new challenge, and it's very, it's very interesting that AC Milan is interested in Marcus Rashford because I don't see how that works. Marcus Rashford predominantly operates on the left-hand side, and they have arguably the player that United should be looking at to replace Marcus Rashford at Man United in Rafael Leao. Yes, you can say that Marcus Rashford has played up top, or he can play as a right winger, but primarily Marcus Rashford is a left wing forward. And then that will be very difficult for him to dislodge a player like Rafael Leao, because much as he has some experience at the top level, I don't think he has the skill set and the determination that Rafael Leao has. So it is going to be very difficult. I don't think that AC Milan is being very clever in pursuing Marcus Rashford, and it looks like they're just adding a body into their squad. Manchester United a few years ago was adding bodies in their squad, and we ended up buying players like Alexis Sanchez that we didn't really need. Um, I don't see how AC Milan needs a player like Marcus Rashford, because Marcus Rashford is not moving to a club to bench. It is very good for Man United, because AC Milan suggests that they take the player on loan with an obligation to buy, and they will be paying all his wages. So it works for Manchester United for him to go. It's a very lucrative deal for Manchester United to pursue. But I would love for Manchester United to exploit other options in Italy, and maybe get 50 million quid for Marcus Rashford, and we can reinvest in this very window.
Thank you, Josh. Aziz, yeah, the
Mm,
potential January exits of Man United. One of them
hello?
is Marcus Rashford, a
Mhm.
boy from the academy. And I mean, this could have significant ramifications for Man United, and for Man United squad, and also financial flexibility. So, uh, AC Milan is the possible destination, at least at the moment, from what we understand. His agents are reportedly in Milan to discuss a loan move. Although, from what I understand right now, news coming in is, however, the Milan already boasts of, as Josh says, uh, a strong a strong left wing presence of Rafael Leao, which could limit Rashford's playing time. So, do you think this is the best move for Rashford? Not to forget, Borussia Dortmund also are in the mix, and we know known for their ability to rejuvenate players. We saw what happened to Sancho; he was sent on loan, came back with the price tag at least a bit higher. So Dortmund could offer Rashford a new release on his career, at least from what I understand. However much the league that side Bundesliga is somewhat different in terms of style, and the club has that attacking philosophy, plays attacking football. So, do you see Rashford joining or leaving? Is it a good thing that Rashford is leaving, and do you see him joining Dortmund or is it Milan?
Um, Honestly, I'd say it's a good move for his career. If you're talking about career move, that's the best career move he can do. Because at the moment, Manchester, I think they have not squeezed the best or the most out of him. They've squeezed, let's say, a little bit out of Rashford, but I don't see his potential. His true potential has not been unlocked. That's what I feel. And teams like Dortmund, I think in a place like Dortmund, he can thrive a lot. German football, and at the same time, but Dortmund play a free fall, free flow football where the attackers, it's a counter game, and Rashford thrives in that. Um, and another thing is, I think, uh, attitude wise or mentality wise, I think it will be a good move for him because now he's going to be working with, I'd say, not much serious coaches, but uh, organizations that take training seriously. Because for me personally, Manchester United locker room and the training sometimes, I think this is the first manager I've seen a lot of things are going like they're doing is serious. Ten Hag was very serious, but it wasn't uh, in a way that, to lower
Be
the
careful
players.
when you're talking about Ten Hag. Be careful when you're talking about Ten
No,
Hag.
no,
Josh
I'm
is
just
listening.
being honest. I'm being honest. Honesty is, that's the one thing I would like to. I would say the only criticism I have about Ten Hag's tactics is, uh, that I applaud him with the discipline, the way he disciplined the players, the way he was serious with his training. But when you come to, sometimes you don't need to, squeeze someone, uh, the life out of the player.
Mm,
You need to, you need to, you need to bring, you need to be a little bit lively. I don't know if you've seen Liverpool, the way the players interact. I don't know if you've seen during training, before the training, the videos that come out. If you go to Nottingham Forest, same thing. But Manchester United, there's no even videos like that. There's nothing. You can't even see the how the players, how they interact outside the training facility. So I would say that is also a good thing for Marcus Rashford if he goes to a place like Dortmund, because Dortmund, I know they have that kind of culture.
mm.
We saw Sancho, thriving over there. But if he goes to AC Milan, I think AC Milan will have to change his positioning. As I would agree with Josh, I don't think. I don't think the left wing would be the best ideal place to play Rashford, although that is his best position. But we've not seen him play for another team with a different tactic playing up front.
Exactly.
You never know. You never know. He might be another Haaland, you know. And um, honestly, for me personally, Rashford's finishing is good. He has good finishing. He's young. He's 27 years old. He's not like, it's not like he's 35. Um, and I don't know. There's some people who say, "Oh, Rashford is too old," but I'm wondering what would they even say about, Trent is 26, and Real Madrid, the likes of Real Madrid are looking for him. So, Rashford is still young. Like, he can turn his whole career. Mohamed Salah, when he came to Liverpool, he was around 25. Yeah, around 25. And up to that point, um, the only thing that he had achieved was maybe the run that he had in Basel and Fiorentina, how he was, those two clubs, the way he played against opponents while playing for those clubs. But so Rashford, you never know, you know, um, maybe things might change under a new manager, a new system, a new team, not just a new manager, a new system, because he's had that in Manchester all his life since Ferguson left, coach after coach. I
Correct.
don't know how many coaches he's had. So maybe a different environment, a different sets of players, a different culture might be the difference. So for me personally, I think it's good for the team,
Mm.
wages wise, and it's going to be a good move for Rashford, uh, where he can turn around his career
You
and
know,
come back.
you've talked. Mm.
Yeah, come to a place where now his achievements are in the Ballon d'Ors, trying to win the Ballon
You've
d'Ors. So
you've talked
he
about
should,
wages, and
yeah,
I understand that that is a very good point to make because Rashford's wages reportedly between 300,
ridiculous.
300 to 350K per week. So this
Yeah, that is
constitutes a
ridiculous.
significant financial burden on Manchester United. Now, with offloading
Yeah.
him being offloaded
Mhm.
temporarily or permanently would be a relief. The transfer value, by the way, I think would also, as I mentioned earlier, would also hike up if I mean with a successful loan stint, it could help
Mhm.
Rashford rebuild his form And that means if he does that, that means his market value potentially leading to also a higher transfer fee. Right now, he's between 40 to 50M, but who knows? It could even go to 60M. That's if he performs very well in these next 6 months, wherever he goes. And by the way, there's also
Honestly,
room of Spurs showing interest, according to recent reports. They are looking to boost their attacking options, and Rashford could find a more consistent role under
I
Postecoglou.
don't
That's what
think
I think.
Spurs will go for him. But one thing I would say, Manchester United, even if you offload Rashford, how are you going to? You know how many players do you have who are getting paid of over 250,000 a week?
Where?
We have, I
At
think,
Man
six
United?
players. Yes,
Or
in
you mean
Manchester
overall?
United. Overall,
Yeah, we have
Manchester
many.
United, we have like around 6 players, while in Liverpool we have maybe 2 people who get that money. Uh,
Mm.
but
How
the
many?
thing, but the thing
No
is,
wonder Trent is putting up what a fight.
yeah. For me, Liverpool are criminals. FSG, those are the biggest criminals. Those are the biggest criminals. If you ask me, how they pay, Luis Diaz gets paid less than 100,000.
What?
Yes,
No, I think that's a good deal.
aye, brother, that is a robbery. That is a robbery. Connor Bradley gets paid 20,000.
Who? No, no, but with Diaz, I think that's a good deal. Honestly speaking,
Oh my
I
God,
actually
Diaz, the
say
first
you have
time
to
we
give it up.
signed him,
You,
it
you
was
have to
for
give it.
55
Listen, you have to
million.
give it up for your guys who know how to
No.
negotiate.
I
That's a very
agree.
good deal.
I agree with
Because
that. But
currently teams are
players,
fighting so hard to reduce those wages. That's why you see
okay,
they
no
want to let
problem.
go of all those
Now,
guys.
key players are asking for a raise. If they leave, that will leave a big gap in our in our
100%.
team. Why don't you just give them the money they deserve? It's not like they didn't work for it. It's not that it's above the market price. Other teams are giving the same wages to players, the same players, and they are performing in better, high level players than those who are getting paid that much. To be fair,
Yeah.
player like Van Dijk has been performing very well. Give him the money that he deserves. He's been I'd say top three, top three defender in the whole of Premier League for the last 5 years. He's
Last
been
season, no.
apart from the year last season. Last season he played
No.
very well.
Let me tell you something. If there's any player at Liverpool who deserves that kind of money, I think it would be Mo Salah.
Okay. Last season, how doesn't he become the top three? Tell me three defenders who are above Van Dijk last season.
Above
Yeah, three
l-
defenders.
l- last season,
Yeah.
players that I would put him with as Crystal Palace's Mark Gahey. I think he did so well. Underrated to me,
So
according to me.
he performed the whole season better than Van Dijk.
Van Dijk started well, but towards the end of the season, he
No,
I don't know.
that
I
I
don't think
agree. That I
you
agree.
know.
Towards the end, we had a bad run, but at the same
Mm.
time, it depends also on the supporting. Who do you
Arsenal's
have on the
Saliba
support?
performed very well. Arsenal's
I would
Saliba
say he
performed
was that's
perfectly.
why I said top three the last 5 years, because I also agree. Not every season he was the best defender. That I also
I
agree.
would also, I would also say, uh, Akanji and Diaz also performed very well. To be honest,
No, not Akanji. I would say Diaz. Ruben Diaz, yes, I
performed
would
very
agree,
well.
but not
I could
Akanji.
sneak in Akanji. I could sneak in. Okay,
No
maybe
way.
top seven for me. I could sneak in somewhere.
I would say
Akanji for me.
Akanji, yes, top seven, I would agree. But
Yeah,
Akanji was not top five
but
for me.
Diaz was fantastic. Diaz was fantastic
Diaz, I would actually give Diaz number two after Saliba, then Van
after
Dijk.
Saliba.
Yes,
You're still squeezing your man.
yes.
Sports
I
Jazz,
know.
everyone.
I'm
Thank
being
you so
honest.
much for tuning in.
I'm being honest. I don't think even Gabriel was not good than Van Dijk last season. He was good,
Well, last
but I
season,
wouldn't. Yes, Gabriel
uh,
was not better than Van Dijk.
I think McGahey, just because he's in a smaller team, Crystal Palace, I think he performed better than Van Dijk. And I'm telling you, if he was in a better team with a better manager, with better players
Mhm,
around him, he would
mhm.
be right there.
That I agree, but also your team performance also matters. not an individual. If you were talking about this individual, a lot of people would have been winning the Ballon d'Or. Honestly,
Mm.
a lot of people would be winning, the PFA Player of the Year in the Premier League. So it's not sometimes always about individual performances. Um,
Well,
so yeah,
peace.
so the only thing I would say about Manchester United is the you need to offload all of those players that have
I'm telling you,
who
very
have
many,
high
around 11
wages.
players need to go, especially those with bulky contracts. They need to go.
Guess what?
They need to go, and it gives me joy to see Marcus Rashford going. Not that
Mhm.
I wanted him to go, but he's not performing. He's performed poorly last season, this season, and
His
he also
wages are
said it
too high.
himself. He's ready
Yeah.
for a new challenge. So why don't you? I mean, you let him go. You let him leave. And yeah,
Mhm.
we see Peace also coming out saying, "Hello guys, nice to see you guys after a common uniform draw." I think he's talking about our game against
Hello.
Liverpool. He exhibited, but as always, Liverpool fan, fans, we are here to win. Well, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Liverpool are playing Spurs tonight. We are going to get into that later on. Yeah, let's move on. Josh.
Let me just add one more thing. Do you know? Did
Yeah,
you know that Kobe Meno is getting paid 20,000 a week?
yeah, I know. We are coming to that, but okay, now that you brought it up, let's talk about it. Okay, but do you know how much money he wants?
I know
Two
200.
hundred thousand. That's
That,
crazy.
that does not make sense. That does
That
not
is
make sense.
silly. That is stupid. There is
Yeah,
no way. It doesn't
yeah.
make sense. You
Chelsea
know
will pay that and
who?
sign him to a 20-year contract.
Oh my god.
Chelsea.
Yeah, Chelsea with their funny contracts. But I'm telling you, and there is room of United. If suitors come, good bids come in for players like Ganacho or players like Kobe Mino. According to David Einstein, United
Mhm.
is ready to let those players go because of the PSR thing, then the PFF and everything. Because they need to buy players, but they
Honestly,
can't buy players, and the only way they do that is
honestly,
if
for
they
me
get big
personally,
money move transfers
let
away.
me let me let me let me just ask you a question. Do you
Yeah,
know um, um, Nottingham Forest last season? Do you remember the season that they joined and they bought a lot of players? They bought a lot of players,
yeah,
and
Nottingham.
for
Spurs has also
15
done that.
million.
Everton has also done that.
But guess what? Guess what?
Mm,
Last season was the season that they got, the financial fair play. They got points deducted, and they got deducted 4 points, and they were not in a good position at that time. They went into relegation, and then they came back out. And that was when they got this new coach, Nuno Mendez. What is
mm.
his name? Nuno's. Uh, what is his name?
Who-
Nuno
uh,
S something. It starts with
Former
S.
world's coach, yeah?
Yeah,
He's a
yes,
good
yes,
coach. He's
yes.
been brilliant,
Nuno.
man. I don't know whether it's
Yeah.
just lucky.
Like,
Yes, he's a
No,
good
no, no.
coach, but he also
He's
has
brilliant. He's
brilliant,
brilliant.
I know,
He's
but he also has
brilliant.
some bit of luck on his side.
Okay, you'd say luck, but what was he also doing? He was doing the same thing in Wolves when he had quality players.
but you make
He's
your
Mm.
doing the
own
same
luck.
thing. Sorry?
You make your own luck.
Exactly. Exactly. It's all also about performances. Um, and what he is doing at Nottingham Forest, if I was Manchester, I would buy all the players that I can, breach even
Yeah,
those,
but we are
breach
not in the
all
same
those,
place
even
that
the next season, even if you get points deducted, you're going to be stronger.
Aziz.
I feel like that is a loop. Yeah.
We are not in the same place that Nottingham Forest was. Nottingham Forest, I think, got 100 million after when it came into the Premier League from the Championship, and they had some money they had gotten that way, so they could spend a bit
No,
of
the
money.
thing
But they
But
is,
also didn't
United,
buy. They also didn't buy players with the high price tags. It was
yeah,
exactly.
10
but they
free
brought,
transfer, 10 free
yeah, but
transfer,
they did buy very
15M.
well. They did buy
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah,
very well because
yeah,
they
yeah.
addressed. they addressed almost all the issues they had in their squad. But
Yeah.
the thing is, where United is, we're into deep that
Yeah, no, no,
we
no. You know
cannot
what Manchester can do?
we
What
cannot be
Manchester
doing
can
that.
do,
That's why
you see
we're even
players.
looking at we are looking at very unfathomable suggestions of selling academy graduates. I mean, Sir Jim Ratcliffe is going to be very unpopular if we do end up
Honestly,
selling Alejandro Garnacho and
Well, I
Kobe
support
Mino.
him. I support him.
But
I support him. First of
so
all,
do
shout out
I.
to you, Sinan. Mm.
So do I. So do I. I do support him because I understand that the club needs to make money to buy the players
And you see,
they need to
everyone was
buy.
bashing Chelsea when they were selling Gallagher. Rather Gallagher. You remember that?
yes.
Yeah.
Everyone was bashing them. Remember, he's an academy boy. Everything grew up through Chelsea, the Chelsea ranks, blah blah, etc. But I'm telling you right now, everyone has forgotten about that. Every
Yeah,
Chelsea fan has forgotten about that because of
Yeah,
yeah,
but
what Masareska is doing with the team. The guys are
yeah,
performing very well. They're about
yeah,
to pass everyone's expectation. So if money comes in and Rashford needs to go, Garnacho needs to go, Kobe Mino needs to go, much as it hurts, I'd let them
yeah,
go. If we keep
exactly.
players like, after all, Garnacho, I love Garnacho, by the way. I think I'm his biggest fan on this stream right here. But if Soto's coming and they're paying very good money, 50 M. I understand Atletico Madrid is in the corner. They are waiting to pounce in the summer. If United drop the gear, let them pay the money and let him go. Kobe Mino, he's already making a bit of drama, but I understand he wants to stay with the club, much as
Mino
Yeah,
will stay. Mino will stay.
much as
Of the
his
two, Mino will
representatives and
stay.
United are still far apart. Josh, the kid is on 25,000 per month, or
Yes.
rather per week.
Yes.
He wants 200,000. That is
Yeah,
insane.
it's a tactic to negotiate. It's a tactic to
No, Josh,
negotiate. You
no,
know,
not
yes.
before.
No, it's a tactic to negotiate. I mean, you know very well that when a player is an academy graduate, they've barely been they've barely been getting that crazy money. So I mean, in the first contract they do sign,
Rashford got that
uh,
crazy money.
yes,
Rashford got that crazy money at a very
no, he
young age.
didn't. No, he didn't.
Wayne
At a
Rooney.
very first, listen to me. The Marcus Rashford you speak of did not get the crazy money he was on until his second deal as a top player for United. You
Yeah, but
see,
at that time he was
because
the age
Kobe
of
Mino now
24, 23.
Kobe Mino is just fortunate that he has had the opportunity to renegotiate his contract this early on. I mean, from 20,000, if your salary is increased um, five times above you
Well,
on a hundred
guys,
k, and that
is
would
it?
make a lot of sense to be paid 100k at this point, because if you do sign a contract and you give him the 200k, that means that the boy is only 19. When he makes 23 years old, he's going to want 400,000 per week, which is very impossible to do. So I mean,
Mm.
100k, 100k should be okay. I think they're just negotiating with the representatives, and the representatives just threw this big figure.
That is wild, man. That is crazy. You
Yeah, yeah.
shouldn't.
They threw a wild figure because they know that even when you come down, you are not going to give the boy 50,000, because we have already showed you that we do want this much. So at least meet us halfway. Then if you give the kid 100k, 120k, then yeah, maybe that should be okay.
Okay.
Well,
Well, let's see. And if for me personally, I think if you're getting good money, I would say if Kobe Menu says that he wants, let's say, if he agrees to the deal of 100 million, keep him. But if he's still asking for that 200, I would say let him go. Get around 40 million, 50 million from Chelsea,
Believe you
and
me,
from
Jim Ratcliffe. Believe
sorry.
you me, Jim Ratcliffe would be more than happy to let him go if
Yeah, no,
he's
that's the thing,
asking for
about
200k.
your. By the way, this new owners, I'm telling you, they're spineless. These people are very not spineless, but they're they're just
Ruthless.
ruthless.
Yeah.
They're very ruthless. Cutting. By the way, why did they cut? The whole staff. People who make crappy
There
money.
Look,
was
I
there
think
was a
that
lot
was
of
ruthless. I think that
it
was
was
ruthless,
okay.
but it's something that had to be done at
Yeah,
the end
it
of the
had
Well,
to
what
day.
do
be
you mean
done.
had to be done?
There was
Something
a
It
lot
had to
of
be done.
redundancy at the
A lot of
club.
redundancy, rather unwanted expenditure, and all that. The club, the roof
okay,
is the roof is leaking. The club, the whole stadium needs renovation. If need be, build a new stadium. The whole thing is a mess. Players are getting very wild figures. The club is just
okay. Let
donating
me.
money. You're employing over 300 that are not doing anything. Let them. Some were not even coming to work. But what I mean to work is this: they were working from home. Because ever since that COVID thing, players, you remember, because of the social distancing and everything, they resorted to working from home, and up to now, some of them were still doing that. So if you're not coming to work, I mean, they let you go. They let you go.
For me
They let you
personally, I
go.
think you see the staff player, the staff, the staff who work in the stadium, the staff who are doing security, the staff who are cooking, the staff who are cleaning. Staffs like that, you shouldn't be cutting that 100 pound, 100 pound. That is a wage for a day, maybe for them during the holidays. I don't think like going
No, no,
too
no, no,
low.
no, no. No, no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no,
that's
no,
the
no.
thing that they cut. That's the budget that they cut.
No,
That's the budget
Aziz.
that they cut.
Aziz.
And then they gave them a gift card. They gave them a
Yes.
gift card of
Of
I don't
40
know, 60
pounds.
pounds or 40.
40
How much?
pounds.
40 pounds. 40
Yes.
pounds on a store that they can't even choose. You can't now that one you have to go to that store. You have to go to
Yeah,
that store
but
and buy something.
such is
Yeah,
the situation at
honestly,
Manchester United that we
that is
must be
that is
frugal.
petty. If you ask me if you're trying to balance about your wages and things, okay, why don't you start with the high wages that you're
It's a
talking
rough.
about?
No, but see, those players are under contract, Aziz. You don't just chase them away. You either
No,
sell
you
them
don't.
if you
I
get buyers.
understand.
Listen,
And
you
I
either chase them
understand.
if
besides,
you get buyers, or you let them walk away. Look how we are fidgeting to sell Rashford.
exactly.
High
And
wages is
Isaac,
poorly performing. We have Luke
uh,
Shaw, who has barely played this season. He's still getting 250,000, close to 300, because of the
Okay,
contract. And we must
what
honor the
about the
contract.
40,000 that was going to retired players who couldn't, Manchester didn't have that money when they were playing for Manchester United. Why cut 40,000 a year?
Well,
40,000
they
pounds a year
reduce, they
extra.
just reduce them. See,
we no,
it's
we
it's
No,
have
a
they
to
cut
ruthless
they cut
find
the
option.
whole budget.
Aziz,
It's a
we
They
must
reduced
be
the whole
ruthless.
budget.
frugal.
Hmm?
Aziz, we must be frugal. We must be doing things that are much
How
different than
how will
they
that
used to
contribute to
be.
your roof? How will that even contribute to anything,
The money
honestly?
that
Yes,
is being saved.
yes,
No.
it might be very little money that is saved from such a venture, but in the long
He's a
run, these things,
billionaire, for God's sake, man.
yeah,
For
but
God's
these
sake,
things
So
he's a
what
must
if
be
he's a
billionaire.
done.
billionaire? The other one is his money. This is the club's money. You don't make
Exactly,
No,
losses just like that.
and
that's the thing.
with the
That's the
PSR
difference.
and all those things,
That's the difference between him and
the club
Abramovich.
must generate
Abramovich
money,
would have bought a new stadium for you
but the
people.
club must generate money on its
Do
own.
you know? Do you know that loss that Abramovich, or do you know how long it took him to start making? Chelsea just started making money when these whole things of Russia and everything came in. You see, you remember the value of the club. You remember how much he sold it for.
Mhm.
So, but anyways, moving on, moving
Back to
on.
the topic.
Uh, Back to the topic. Transfers. We also have Casemiro. I
Mhm.
understand clubs from Saudi are already chipping in. There are
Hey, that
confirmed
guy's been
interest
on board
from
a long
us.
time.
There's confirmed interest from Saudi Arabia with a proposed fee of 25 million pounds, and
Mhm.
there's a possibility that the move could materialize given Casemiro's stature and the financial muscle of the Saudi leagues. We all know his wages are 350 a week. I mean, that is a very, very, very substantial commitment, especially for a player deemed as deep, rather as a depth option. And I also understand moving him would save Manchester United 12.0, okay, 12 million pounds this financial year.
Yeah, and you must know that moving on Casemiro is a good thing that will generate some money from for Manchester United. That is in terms of not paying his salary and stuff like that. Because I don't think that United will be getting a huge transfer fee. But another avenue that United can benefit from is a former United player at Fulham, that is Andres Pereira, who is rumored to be close to a move to Paramedes for 20 million euros. That means or 20 million euros or 18 point something million pounds. That United has a sell-on clause on his deal. And if he does move for that amount of money, United could make about 3.6 million pounds. So at this point, at this point in time, United needs that money. That's a whole lot of money United will have made.
Are you talking about the guy from Fulham? What's
Yes,
his
yes,
name?
Pereira.
Pereira.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when we did sell him to Fulham,
yeah.
we
With a
inserted the
clause.
sell-on clause in his
Yeah.
contract.
Josh, you
So
remember what you told
of
me? Most South
20%.
American players have funny, how funny attachments to to their contracts. They have third
Yeah,
parties. They have this one. They have
yeah,
this one.
yeah.
Well,
There's a lot going on in that area.
well. Anyhow, yeah. I mean, all in all, if the Casemiro and Rashford deal goes through, I mean, offloading both players would significantly be a huge advantage for Manchester United. I mean, reduce the
It,
wage bill, and it offers them a financial crucial freedom. Right now, we're struggling to
and
sign players.
Why
the
don't you
other
sell
thing,
also
And there's
Sancho?
also the potential. There's also rather reinvestment. There's also reinvestment.
we don't even have to rush to reinvest that money on players that are not the right players. Ruben Amorim can actually have it in his mind that I've set my eyes on this player and make sure that we do get
We
that
just
player.
need three
If
positions.
Casemiro,
We
if
just need three
Casemiro does
positions.
leave Manchester United
Actually,
this
right
summer,
now, I'd say
then we
maybe
can
go
have.
for also Douglas Luiz. A player like Douglas Luiz, I would say
No, we
get him
don't
on
need
loan.
Douglas Luiz. No, 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 no. We
What do
don't
you
need
mean? In
Douglas
that
Luiz.
position,
No, 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 no,
he
no,
can
no, no, no,
very
no.
fit
We don't
well.
need.
Him and
No,
Ugarte.
actually, Liverpool would need Douglas Luiz more than United would. We, I'm telling you, we already have Manu Ugarte. You can call him Yogurt because Ugarte is the real deal. And bringing Douglas Luiz to partner Ugarte, much as it might appear to be a good thing, but this is a Brazilian who moved from the Premier League
See,
to pastures
me,
new, and he might be spent. However, the point I was making before with Casemiro, it might be a good thing for Ruben Amorim if Casemiro leaves United in January because he can actually try out Toby Collier. Toby Collier is
yeah,
rumored to be
I
going
think
on loan,
yeah,
but
correct.
if
That's what I
Casemiro
think.
moves, then there's space in the squad for him to be tried out and get maybe much more game time. And Toby
Well,
Collier is a very energetic player. You feel that he can manage to play alongside Ogata in a midfield too.
my final thoughts about selling. I mean, about the whole two players. If Rashford, and I hope it really happens. Uh, I don't think anyway it's about
Casemiro.
financial gains overall, but it
Mhm.
could also be a strategic move to rejuvenate the whole squad. I mean, improve its overall performance and ensure a sustainable wage structure. Because if these players leave, I don't think Ineos is going to give. You have to be a superstar, way too much of a superstar, to receive more than or rather above 300,000 a week,
Yeah,
because that's why
actually
you see
too.
they are now struggling. Rather,
More than
Kobe
250.
Miner's representatives are
The Ed
finding it hard
Woodwards.
to close the 200. If it was Ed Woodward, Kobe Miner would be getting 250. I'm telling you, that would be
Yeah,
his next
yeah.
contract.
They spoiled the club and the wage structure at the club
Yeah.
but in their defense, United was so poor it could not attract proper footballers. So for them to get marquee signings, they had to promise them what other clubs were not able to give them, and that was huge wages. But it was all done in a very shabby way because they would have gone for younger and hungry players. Aziz, about Douglas Luiz, I don't think he's as hungry as I would have liked. Uh, I don't think that he's the player that
Josh, Luis
United
was
needs
at one
right
point
now.
wanted by very many teams.
Yeah,
Maybe
was
this
past
season he has
tense.
not
You know the
overperformed,
reason?
but
Do you know the reason why he was sold?
No.
Because of financial fair play. It wasn't
Okay.
because of.
correct.
It wasn't because of. He was Villa's
Where
best
is he now?
midfielder. He
Where is
was
That's
he
what I'm
sold
now?
to
How
saying.
is he
Juventus
playing
He's
because
now?
barely.
Juventus, and now
Have
he's
you
been
kept tabs on
struggling,
him?
and he's been struggling in Juventus because it's coming from a team where you are performing, you are the best player of the team, and getting sold just like that end of the season just because of financial fair play sometimes can be
No,
a
but he
mental
knew.
burden.
He knew. He knew. He actually wanted the
No
move.
way.
He
What do you
wanted the
mean he
move.
wanted the move? He
He
didn't want
wanted
He's
the
the
a
move.
move.
That is true.
he wanted the move.
FFP came in, but he also wanted the move.
He wanted the
Aziz, he
move.
wanted the move.
He actually
FFP came in,
kept
but
he kept
Arsenal.
cracking
You
jokes.
remember how he acted up last season. Josh, sorry to cut you off. Last season, I think it was January. Arsenal almost signed him, and I don't know. It could be January or it was. I think it's last season, January. Luis almost joined Arsenal, and you remember how he was very disappointed that he couldn't leave Aston Villa to join Arsenal. So now with this
Exactly.
move that came, he made sure that he left the club.
And
Any
it
team
is
that
not
came for
very
him, any
good.
top
Too bad
team.
for him.
And Aziz, you
Too
should
bad
know
for
that
him.
it is not very good for a player who has just left one camp for another to quickly make another move at that window permanently. I don't think that that player can flourish.
Yeah, Sinan says Sinan says Man United is like a rich man who goes broke and starts breaking his kids' small money boxes. Piggy bank.
Yes, I actually agree with that because we
Yeah, yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
17
That's who
players
we
who
are,
get paid
man.
The
over
piggy bank.
100,000. 17 players who get paid over 100,000. I'm just looking at your wage list. 17 players get
It's
paid over
crazy. Yo,
100,000. And then how many players get paid over 150?
if one player like Casemiro,
Aziz,
just with a year,
Aziz, must we
is sold and
continue
is
11.
like
saved
that?
20 to 12
11
million M.
players. 11 players get paid over 150,000.
Must we continue like that? Don't we have to get better?
Yeah,
Is
that's
an
what I mean.
Ineos
Remove
is an
Casemiro.
Ineos
Casemiro, an
here
old
to make
guy,
sure
an
that the
old
club
guy,
is moving
you
in the
know,
right direction?
remove, sell him 25 million, sell Casemiro for 25 million, get back that 350 million, sell Rashford, that will save you another 300 million, I mean 300,000, a week.
Anyway,
You know, Mason Mount, honestly, I don't think, I think this is a controversial opinion, but I would say sell him. Sell him. I know
my God, there's
you
even
bought him
Mason
for,
Mount.
he
That one
gets
should
paid
be sold.
250,000.
That is Josh's guy, by the way.
250,000 a week.
Josh has funny guys he
Anthony,
likes. He likes Mason Mount. He likes Rashford. He likes funny
Anthony,
guys. That is also his
Anthony
guy.
gets paid 200,000. Anthony gets paid 200,000. If
You're
you ask
crazy,
me,
though.
what do you call Jordan Sancho? Jordan Sancho, I think his wage is reasonable, 150,000, but he's not interested in the club. He doesn't want to, play for Manchester United.
We are
Sell him
also
at
not
Chelsea.
interested in
Sell him.
him.
Yeah, I understand. Sell him for 70 million. Sell him for 50 million. Try to,
He's going
recoup that
at
money.
25 million. He's going.
Get
Yo,
him even
okay.
if you can for something. Just get him for something. But honestly, the only players who get paid, below the wage, I would say, and deserve a little more. Amad Diallo gets paid 28,000 a week. Kobe Meno gets
Well,
paid
I think
20.
his deal is almost done. His renewal is almost done. It's going to be just a matter of time when it's going to be announced, and it's going to be a better
I
improved
know
one.
for Amad
And he's not
Diallo and
acting up. He's not
yeah,
acting
Amad
up like
Diallo.
Kobe Mino is doing.
Yeah.
I
You
don't
know
I
even
those,
think
think
but the thing is
his new
about
deal.
those English boys. It's about those English boys and their representatives and the people around them. They do inflate their egos, and they start to feel they are who they are not. They want
Mm.
to yes, they want to demand certain things that they cannot actually give the club. So I mean, they don't have the best of people around them. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them. At least you've seen a couple of those sprouting young English footballers who don't have the right support system, and it comes out in the media every now and then. Never would I have thought that Kobe Mainu does not have the right people around him, but for them to be asking
I
for
think it's like
200k a week,
from
you
20
can
to
say
200K per week.
you can say it's a tactic in the negotiation. But the fact that it is all over the media, what are you doing to the boy himself? Are you giving him a chance to get back in the best shape to perform? Because remember, just 3 games ago, Kobe Mino was not the best player for Ruben Amorim, and he had just been injured, so he just came back and he has been struggling. So why don't you leave the boy to have a clear head and get back into performing?
Well, Sinan is saying Rashford, Casemiro, even if they go for 5M, it saves United a lot. Now that sounds like a hater, honestly speaking.
Let them go.
That sounds
uh,
like a hater. But yo, guys, moving on real quick. Yeah, we are also looking at the incoming rumors incoming, and with this, of course, we have Josh's friend forward options. If Rashford goes, we have Kolomwani. Now, I know yesterday I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. First things first, I'm not a fan of Kolomwani. But I mean, if Rashford goes and no one is there to replace him, I mean, him coming on a 6 months loan from PSG also makes sense, Josh. Somehow, I mean, he can
Yeah, I
operate
did
as a
tell you.
central striker. He can operate as a left-sided attacking midfielder.
I would
I mean,
say
with
for me, he's the
the
best
depth,
option
the
for
depth and
Jackson.
finishing issues, the depth of
Yeah.
and finishing issues. Given his purchase price and current form under Enrique, alone with an option to buy also appears the most feasible one for him. But I would
I like
prefer just a loan move.
I like
For
the
me, I
guy
would
because he's
prefer
a
him.
hard worker.
Yes, agree with
But when
you,
it comes
Josh.
to scoring goals,
I would,
he's not very good.
I would take him over Zaxi 10 times.
Scoring goals, no. I wouldn't buy him for scoring goals, but I like what he's about. I like the energy that he comes with. I like the determination that he has when he's on the pitch. He covers every blade of grass, but he's not yet the finished article that was in Frankfurt in Germany. Ever since he has made that big money move to PSG, he can't even start football games for PSG.
Yeah.
Well,
And I'm
well,
still
Josh, who
laughing
would you
at
have? Who would you have? Who would you have?
Sinan's comment.
I would rather I
Who's
would rather we get we sort out the issue of the left back.
Oh yeah, the left back. By the way, talking about the
When we
left
sort out
backs.
the issue of the left back, then we deal with the midfield and get Ederson in. Then I wouldn't mind staying without a striker. But if Kolomwani is available, Kolomwani has the energy, and you never know, he might just bring new things.
Speaking about left backs, I don't know. It looks like it's the pace is calling, but a few days ago, Nuno Mendez, the PSG defender, who appears to be an exciting prospect for Man United, especially if he's indeed looking to reunite with Ruben Amorim. Man, I'm hoping we sell this. I understand PSG
Honestly, for me,
wants 50 million pounds.
yeah,
If a deal is to be struck now or today in
They
January,
want
50 million pounds. And Mendes possesses a modern fullback profile, man. Pessy, defensive sound
yeah,
and offensively dynamic.
I agree with you. But the
Uh,
thing is, you also need
yeah.
to look at his how long he's been injured and the way he's an injury prone.
Mm.
I don't know if
is
you've
he?
noticed it. Last season, and I think he's been out for 240 something days.
Oh,
Yeah, just
Yeah,
look at the
but the,
injury. Just look at the injury. How
but
many times
Aziz,
he gets injured?
uh, Aziz, for a
Yeah,
player like that, I
yeah,
wouldn't mind bringing him on and making sure I manage him to the best of my abilities for
yeah.
so
That's
that
the
he
thing.
can
That's the thing. Now
remain
it's
fit.
going to be hoping.
Because
It's going to be hoping.
Mazraoui is that type of player, but Mazraoui has not gotten injured since he was at United. Even the heart palpitations that were
that is something
a
rare, by the
problem,
way.
they were
That is
just
something rare.
2 weeks.
He used to get injured every now and then at Bayern Munich.
Exactly. And Van Persie was getting injured at Arsenal every now and then. He came to
No, but
Correct.
the
United and
last two seasons in Arsenal, he wasn't
he
getting
became a
injured that much.
legend. He became a legend. So for me, Diogo Dallo, at the time we signed him from
Ah,
Porto. We
Yeah.
did sign him from Porto when he was injured. He had a very nasty injury with his knee. But Diogo Dallo is the fittest and the most available player after Bruno Fernandes for Manchester United. So I do believe
Honestly, I
that,
would
yeah,
agree with you on that because also in Liverpool, we used to have that issue with injuries until we changed our physios, we changed how we managed our
exactly. I think
players.
I think I think
And
United fired the guy from Arsenal. That guy was really doing us really bad.
breaking
uh,
news, guys. Breaking news. Breaking news. Josh, you were saying something?
No, I'm done. Break it.
Breaking news. Amad Diallo signs new deal. It's official. Valid until 3030. No extra, sorry, 2030, no extra year option. 20 June 2030. No extra year option to be included. Despite calls from two top clubs. But and he also says, I have I've worked hard all my life to have this opportunity with Manchester United to shine with this club. That is Amad Diallo for you. That's a good one.
okay, that's at least
Congratulations,
Sinan
Amad
says, I'm
Diallo.
praying for Sancho also to do more so that the price goes to. No, I think the price is already fixed. 25, Josh,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's
Unless
20
there's a
to
clause that if
25.
he's
It's actually
unless
20
there's a
to
clause
25.
that if he performs a certain if he passes or oversees a certain I don't know, limit or expectation, I mean, goes way than how where it's supposed to be, we're supposed to charge them more, but I think it's the same. That's the amount. We won't pay more, we won't receive more than 25 from what I understand.
No, yeah.
Josh, we're looking at left backs. Patrick Dogu, we talked about him yesterday, the Liche youngster, 20 years old, you know,
I would prefer,
very, very
yeah,
good
that's why
player.
I told you that I would prefer Nuno Mendes. We just signed Diego Leon, who is a
Mm.
teenager. Okay. And then again, you buy a 20-year-old, and when Nuno Mendes is 22 years old,
Oh,
when
we
you
have
have
Diego Leon,
Tarel
by the way.
Malacia on your cards who is 23 years old, it all doesn't make sense. So just get Nuno Mendes, then keep Tarel Malacia and Diego Leon fighting for that position.
Yeah, Diego Leon, that's a good one, by the way. Get Nuno Mendes, that's a good one. And rotation, changing players around.
Yeah,
It's a good one. It's
yeah.
a good
Then
one.
Diego Leon is there. Then Tarel Malacia with some years at the club is also there. Then you know, move it from there. And at least with Nuno Mendes, you will have gotten a proper footballer.
Sinan says if he's sold
I
to another
see.
club, no, he's not. He's Chelsea. We already sold everything. He's Chelsea born. He's Chelsea born. But yeah, once again, Man
I see
United
that.
officially announced the signing, or rather the contract extension of Amad Diallo to June 2030. And yeah, I would say it's a beautiful one, man. It's a good one. At least that is out of the way. That is out of the way.
I see you're giving out contracts like Chelsea 6 to 8 years, eh? And
Yeah,
no
but
problem.
2025, we've just given him 5 years, which is normal. Because
Okay.
it would have been 4 with an extension.
Okay. I see that you've recalled a player called Joe Hogil.
Who, the striker.
From a championship, I
Wigan.
don't even remember the team.
Wigan.
Yeah, from Wigan. From Wigan.
Athletic.
But I
Yeah,
understand he's being called and he's going to be sent to another club. Not that he's coming back to play for United.
Yes. It helps. Maybe he was not getting the regular game time that we sent him out on loan to get. So we have to find for him a better solution than the one at Wigan.
Yeah, and I also understand Manchester United is interested in signing Milos. Is it Josh? How do you pronounce the name? Caceres. Yeah. Caceres. But Bournemouth.
Yeah,
although he's asking.
But for
Bournemouth is insisting on 40 million. That is a lot.
40 million is a lot.
This kid out of the Premier League, you could even get him for 17.
If it was
20 million, 20 million we pay.
If it was Robinson, I would pay that much. The one for Fulham.
Yes.
I would pay that much. But for this guy,
True.
even if they say 25, I'm a bit skeptical.
Yeah. 20 at most.
Yeah, 20, 25
17.
is okay, but 40 is a steal. 40.
Well, Sports Jazz, thank you so much for tuning in, Isaac and Josh. Then we also have the one and only Aziz. Yo, let's look at the game yesterday just quickly. Let's look at the game yesterday. Arsenal beaten 2-0. I missed streaming this game. I was going to scream all the way. What a game. I enjoyed the game. Josh, do you remember what I told you? Alexander Isak. No. Yeah. Give me Alexander Isak over Gyökeres, over whoever it is any day, Josh. The man is EPL tested. He's scoring goals for fun this season.
We are looking for a top striker, and Alexander Isak is in that pool. Before he came to Newcastle, I hoped that United would seal the deal and buy Alexander Isak. It's just that we didn't have the right people Spain, at the club at the time. Yeah, he was playing in Spain, but Villarreal.
No, Real Sociedad.
Oh, Sociedad.
Yeah.
But we didn't have the right people at the club to make such deals happen at the time. So he didn't come to United, and we were never even
United
interested.
Usually like big name players. That's the problem. They like competition.
Yeah, not anymore. That was then.
That
was then.
When they hear
not
about
anymore.
a player, and then 2-3 other teams are approaching them, that's when those are the players that they like. Hiking the
not
price.
Anymore. Not anymore. I like the fact that we went in for
those guys are out.
We went in for Diego Leon. So those guys are out. Jude, is it Matt Watt, Ed Woodward? All those guys are gone. So now we're going in for good players. But yeah, Arsenal losing, and I was telling Aziz earlier, they are legend. I don't know whether it's true to call him a legend, but I'll call him a legend.
Theo Walcott Arsenal have legends.
Yeah.
Josh.
Legends.
I'm just asking.
Who's Thierry? What is Thierry a joke to you?
Thierry Henry, the best player in the
Dennis Beckham. Dennis Beckham.
An invisible.
Patrick Vieira.
An invisible.
Pires.
Okay. Did you say Henry is an invisible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you serious? Look,
he's an invisible.
That man is an absolute legend for Arsenal. He's an absolute legend for Arsenal.
For me, if you
that's why what I'm trying to tell you, all the legends of Arsenal,
even as a
all the legends of Arsenal are the invisibles. Because that's all they have.
Liverpool fan,
was Fabregas part of them?
Was Fabregas part of them? Yeah, he was.
Anyway, see, yesterday after losing to Newcastle 2-0, Josh,
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
they're losing to Newcastle. Theo Walcott went on to say, with Arsenal at this moment in time, what worries me is they are getting excited by set pieces all the time instead of that free flowing football. That is what Arsenal is known for. They are shying away from that now, which is true. 100% correct. If a player like him, a former player like him, can I mean realize and notice that
No, that is everybody noticed that, brother.
already,
Let me
Yeah,
let me
already
it
ask
Arsenal
is
you.
fans
very
are already
Let me ask
noticeable.
you.
Arsenal
Let
fans
me
are already
name
calling
the
for
top
Ateta's head. They
six
are telling him to
players
leave the club.
Ateta has bought. Just look at the top 6 players Ateta has bought at the attacking place. Just look at the top 6. They've bought Sterling.
They're, he
They
bought
brought
corner kick
Sterling.
guys.
They brought Kai Havertz. They bought Jesus.
Ah,
They've bought Trossard. They've bought who else on the left wing? Marquinhos. I've never even seen him play. They bought who else? Who else did they bring? Well, there is someone else missing. They have bought 6 attackers. None of them are world class. Zero. 5
Yeah,
years.
but
You wanted to
maybe Ateta is going
bring
to make
a
them
world
world
class
class.
forward.
Aziz, sorry.
Yeah.
Are you saying of all those players you've mentioned? Oh, in other words, how about Declan Rice? Oh, you said attackers. Okay, you
No,
said
attackers.
attackers.
I'm talking about attackers. I'm talking about
Yo, Declan
one
Rice
thing.
is
Do
not
you
world
remember
class.
what I
Just end
said?
that
Do you
story.
remember what I said, Isaac? I told you the only thing that he's done good, and I give him credit, is building in the midfield, building the defense, and bringing in David Raya.
Sinan, I agree with you. Yeah, you agree with me.
I think he's
I can
quoting you.
see.
He's quoting you.
Yes,
Mm.
it
Arsenal
doesn't
is the
have
only club
legends.
without legends,
Yeah, there's
bro.
another one. There's another one in Spain, but in England it's Arsenal. There's another one in Spain, Barcelona. Barcelona also doesn't have legends.
Aziz, I have a feeling you support Barcelona.
Me, hi.
Yeah.
We say in Kiswahili, kuta how do you say? We say uh, unikute, yani meaning you find me. Yeah, I don't know. Direct translation sometimes is
I get what you're saying.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I get
yeah,
what
it
yeah.
you're
doesn't make
saying.
sense.
But
But
in others, he's trying to say you can never find me, although they say you find me.
oh,
Can never
yeah,
find me.
yeah, yeah. Nijikute hapo.
But yo,
No way, no
Arsenal
way.
needs to step up. Arsenal needs to step up. They really need
Yeah.
to. They have to step up. They're not doing so
No,
well.
but the
Okay,
thing though is,
they are doing
I
fine.
agree
They are
with
doing fine. They are doing
no,
For
fine
fine.
me,
is
I
not
said
fine
they
is
need to
not
get
good enough.
3 world class, attackers. Get someone on the left side as a backup for
But all is not
for
over.
Saka.
All is not
Bring a
over.
striker and bring a
That was
left
the
wing.
first. That was the first leg of the Carabao semi-final.
Yeah.
They still
Nothing
Yeah,
is
I know,
struggled.
guaranteed.
I know, Josh.
Nothing is
But Josh,
guaranteed. Nothing is
where
guaranteed.
were they? Where were they? They were at the Emirates, right?
They were beaten.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
they were at
lost
the
home.
Emirates.
They were at
They
the
were
Emirates. They
beaten.
lost 2-0.
Yeah,
Now you have a
Yeah.
team.
yeah.
You're going to
To
St.
a
James
very
Park.
result. No, Mikel Arteta told you that
Informed team like Newcastle, bro.
the ball, the
No, it's
ball,
going to
the
be
ball,
hard, but it
the
doesn't
ball was
guarantee
flying like a
Newcastle.
balloon.
You know, it doesn't guarantee Newcastle to
Ateta
the
said
final.
something like the ball was flying like a balloon, but when the
Yeah.
Newcastle players got it, it came
Oh,
back
by the
to a
way,
proper football.
eh,
But
and
when
I don't know.
Arsenal players
Did you
had
see how
it,
the
it was
Carabao?
a
Did
balloon.
you see how Carabao? You know the Twitter handle? They clowned him.
I
I don't
know,
know
I
whether you guys
saw.
follow it on Twitter. You
Please
saw
share that
that
ball.
50
I saw
cent,
that ball.
that 50. No, the 50 cent pick or meme where he was like, I think back then for those of you that follow hip hop, he was replying to Floyd Mayweather. Was it Floyd? He was like, "What did I do?" That pick. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
the
yeah,
Carabao
yeah.
guys got and quoted the Arsenal
I saw
manager complaining about
they
that.
gave him a rugby ball.
Ah, but yeah,
No,
I
the
think
thing is,
Arsenal has done
sometimes
fairly
the
well this
media likes
season. They
to
just need to win.
spin
They
the
just have to
word.
win something.
They just asked him. We know that the ball is different. What do you think about the Carabao ball? And that's the comment that he gave. Honestly, to be honest, it's not. It wasn't. It's not a. Um,
Oh, an excuse, huh?
It's not an excuse, but that was his opinion
Oh,
about that football because
about the ball.
they played 4 games in the Carabao Cup. They've won
Yeah.
three. So complaining about the ball right now doesn't make sense. So they're just trying to spin their own narrative. They're just trying to spin their own
Perhaps
narrative. But
that's why
to
they
me,
asked
honestly,
him the question.
for me personally, if you ask me, that was the worst possible answer to give as Ateta. If I was him, I would just say no, nothing wrong because you should
But
know
Ateta
what the
gives those
media are
answers
trying to
all the
do.
time. He's that type of guy. He gives you those answers all the time.
No, he was just salty and one thing I said, I don't know if I told you guys, Ateta cannot take account. He doesn't take any accountability. Yesterday was the closest thing to accountability I've ever seen. And
Yo,
to bring
after
up
six
about the
years,
ball, yeah, to talk about the ball, that is, at it flies too much. Now that just spoiled the whole accountability he was taking about, saying that
by
Newcastle
the
was the
time a
better
manager
team.
comes out and tells you that he has won a community shield,
Yo,
you know how
first check
bad
this
he
pic.
is.
First check this pic. Let me show you.
Yeah,
Arsenal
I
had
seen
said
this one.
ready
Yeah.
to go tonight. Earlier on before the game, they said ready to go tonight. Someone came and tagged the, police officer going where?
Get yeah.
Pointing and like,
Uh,
Oh my god, I remember I saw this one. I just saw this one today.
oh
Everybody
yeah,
was laughing, you know.
that was very funny. Sinan says even United now at its what it has world class players like Fernandez and Arsenal completely. Oh, this game when it comes to if you don't believe, check Odegaard and Fernandez
No, no,
statistics
no,
for
no,
last
no, no,
season.
no.
By the way, no,
No,
but
no, no,
Odegaard is
no.
a good
Look, listen. Odegaard is a good
yeah,
player,
but
but if
world
you're
class
talking
is
about
another whole
stats,
thing.
I would
You
give
cannot
Bruno
be world
Fernandes.
class when you're playing in international friendlies. It's
Josh.
unfortunate Odegaard plays for Norway, but he cannot be counted.
they were clowning. They were asking. Someone was tweeting asking Arsenal, "Is it unwavering faith? Unwavering, not a silver of doubt." In other words, they were clowning Ateta. But yeah, Aziz, you're right. That response wasn't. It wasn't something nice. It was some very, very, very. Because the Carabao ball is very different to the Premier League ball. That was very, very wrong for Ateta to reply that. He should have done better.
Yeah.
Anyhow, yeah. So, did you see that meme where the kid was crying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was last season. That was
Yeah,
last
I know,
season.
but
Yeah, that's it.
guys brought it up. The kid, man, it
Yeah.
was
I
fun
saw in the
yesterday.
comment. Oh my god. Oh my god. I would say that was the worst thing to ever do to a kid. Make him
And I don't know
support
why
us
they use
or
kids.
Manchester in this
I
age.
make him support Arsenal.
Anyway, enough of trolling Arsenal. But yeah, Arteta needs to step up. Honestly, after six
Yeah.
seasons, and he hasn't won anything major. And we do not count the Community Shield. He needs to step up. He needs to win
But
something. He
What
needs
do
to
you
he
win,
won
mean?
a
win the
trophy.
Community
Europa.
Shield? That
I
is
think
He
a
they
needs to
gave
trophy.
win
him.
Those
Champions
are for
League. So he
carrying
needs to
tea.
win EPL.
It's a
What?
I
tray.
think
That is a
Ateta.
tray for carrying tea. You're talking
But I
about
think At,
community shield. I don't know
but I think
what
Ateta
is
was
that.
given. I think Ateta was given an award by Arsenal for spending, I think, 5 years at the club or something. I remember there
For
was a game they
for me,
gave him
if
Josh,
you ask
something.
context.
me,
Context, Josh,
Arsenal.
context.
I mean, Arsenal is very comfortable not winning trophies because they don't know how to win trophies. They've never been one to win trophies. So why are you asking for Mikel Arteta's head? They're very comfortable the way they are. It's just that what is different about Arsenal now is he's turning them into a stock city of sorts. I mean, they used to be contented with playing some beautiful football, and that was enough at the end of the season. At least they would say Netflix next season, But right now, even the way they're playing has changed. They all are just bamboozle into the penalty area, and the referees let them get away with it. They're
But now they
wasting
couldn't do
time
that
on
in
simple
Newcastle.
things like throw-ins.
Set pieces. That's what Theo Walcott was saying. They only look at set pieces to get goals, and that's what excites them. See, I still find this thing here very funny, Josh. What you say, Arsenal is the only club without legends. I think that is mean, by the way. That is brutal. It's not fair.
For me, if you ask me, is
Yo,
Manchester
legends win
United
Champions Leagues.
is like a rich man who goes broke and starts breaking his kids'
I
small
know that one was the
money
winner,
boxes.
though.
That was the
That one
funniest
was the
one.
winner.
I just started laughing
Yo, thank
midstream
you,
when I
Senan.
was reading.
Sinan is a comedian. He's a
That
comedian.
is
He's a
the
comedian.
funniest
But yo,
one.
real
Yeah,
talk, Arsenal should step up. Well,
yeah.
they have Manchester United this weekend.
Honestly, as I said,
Saka
they
is
just need
out.
to get
Saka is out
somebody.
injured. I thought it's only he's coming back until I realized when Aziz you told me, and on checking, it's not good news. And it looks like
It's
Saka is
not good
Arsenal.
news. He had a
Saka
surgery.
is Arsenal. Without Saka, Arsenal is a mess. I'm telling
That
you.
everybody knew. And guess what? Are
Saka,
they playing the
Odegaard,
next three
those two.
games?
Mm.
Guess the next three games. Manchester
Man
United.
United. Yeah.
If they lose this one next game, that would be putting Arteta in. I'm telling you, if Arteta loses the next three games or doesn't get a win in the next three games, he's out of everything. He's out of
He's playing
everything.
weekend Sunday is playing Manchester United. Then again, he's
After
hosting
3
again at
days,
the Emirates,
Tottenham.
Tottenham Hotspurs. And that
And then
very
after that,
weekend,
yes,
Aston Villa.
after another 3 days, Aston Villa.
But he has an advantage.
Yeah,
Let me
all
see.
of
Oh
them
my
are
God.
home. But
All of them are home. He's already lost one home.
Yeah.
Because after
That's
that,
the thing I'm telling
23rd
you.
Jan, he'll be playing Dynamo Zagreb again at home in the Champions League.
No, the Champions League,
Arteta
that one
knows
I
how
think
to defend. He
they
will
are
get through
comfortable.
those games.
No. For me personally, I'm saying if he doesn't win the next three games, I'm saying a win, not a draw or a lose. I'm saying a win. If he doesn't win the next three games, I think it will be bad for Arteta.
I
He's
don't
It will
think
be
gone.
it
bad
will.
for
Arsenal
Arteta,
is
and
the most
everybody will
understanding
see.
club. Arsenal is the most understanding club in the world.
Uh-huh.
They did give
Say it,
him a
Josh.
prize for having
Say it.
spent 5 years and winning nothing at the club
Look,
just
Josh,
before a football game.
put your
So
rivalry with Arsenal aside at the
I don't
moment.
think him
Just,
losing
just
three
give
more
them,
games would
just
change
give them
anything.
credit where
They
it's
will
due, man.
actually tell him. They will actually tell him he needs more players. As Arsenal is very patient. It is a very patient club. It is the best at what it does,
You know
which
what I
is
like
not
about its
winning
fans? What I like
important
about its
trophies.
fans, every time they lose, it's like the world has ended. Or it's like the world
Yes,
is about to stop. They
and
are going
what
to insult
and when they
everyone
win,
online. They are going to go on a rampage, insulting, crying. Ateta out. We don't want him. He gives them one win, and that is the main man, the best EPL manager, the best manager in the whole world.
By
And
the
that's
way,
the side. It's only sad that they
they
haven't
did give
realized
him
that.
they did give him the accolade of the best Premier League manager with the Community Shield.
Man, you know what? Tonight,
Yeah, we gotta
guys, we
bounce
have to go
though.
off and prepare. Tonight, guys, Spurs host Liverpool in the semi-finals, of course, first leg. And of course, we have the one and only Aziz, a Liverpool fan. Aziz, real quick, let's first talk about the weekend's game in 2 minutes. I know you were heartbroken. You were, I don't know how I can put it, Aziz. What word can I
honestly,
use?
I'm not disappointed.
Aziz, really?
No. Look, I'm not disappointed. I'm not disappointed
Aziz,
because number one,
you got
it's not
a
like
team
yeah.
that was very poor, okay, that had been poor
Look,
all throughout,
look.
and you
Even
drew. How
even
can you say you're not?
no. Look, listen. Even if Manchester was poor, these are my rivals. It's like when you're playing your rivals, it's different. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Man City were playing Sunderland. What was it? Sunderland. Yeah, Sunderland in the FA Cup or something. And Man City, they just won by one goal. They were considered the best team, and they won by one goal, and that was a that is a championship team. When it comes to rivalry, it doesn't depend. Like even if you're the top team, number one team, when you come and play with your rivals, it's a different game. It's about pride. It's not about just the 3 points. So with Manchester United, the way they played, I assure you, next game, I wouldn't be surprised the way they play. If you lose next game, this one
Not like
against
the player
Arsenal,
was going
I
for
won't
the
be
leg.
surprised.
Aziz.
Goal number 2.
Aziz. Aziz, I don't want you to say otherwise. This is you saying you are not shattered.
Equalizer, Amad Diallo. Ooh. 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 Ooh.
Look,
Oh God, man, I'm
look,
so fake.
it is it is okay. It is okay. You know, but the good thing is I didn't lose. But starting of the season, I beat you at your home stadium. So right now you came to my home stadium. You had to get that win. You had to get that win for yourself, for your pride. But I
You know
defended
you have not
myself.
won a football game at Anfield against Manchester United since 2018.
Sorry.
You've not won a football game at Manchester United since 2018. Have you?
What do you mean? In Old Trafford?
Yeah.
Are you serious? We
Not
just
Old
won with
Trafford.
3-0.
Not Old Trafford. Anfield.
Anfield. Anfield, we've
Yeah.
won. We've won. What do you
Are
mean?
you
What
sure?
are you talking? Yes, 100% sure.
Well, Anne says Josh.
We won you 5
Yeah.
I
0
think that
5
Yes.
0
Yes, Anne.
3 0.
Yes,
What do
Anne.
you
Long
mean?
time. Long time.
it's been a while. It's been a while. Believe me, guys. We are gonna believe me. Not we are gonna smash Arsenal nicely. Ateta should take his boys to the theater. Sinan goes on to say we gotta show them that they are playing the future legends. Then Arsenal are excited to play with United future legends. But anyway, before we sign out, Aziz.
Yes.
Okay, so how prepared are you for tonight's game?
Tonight's game, I'm very prepared. I'm very prepared. But before I even speak about the tonight's game, I want
Yeah.
to make sure this guy. I remind him the last time we won at Anfield.
Anfield.
Did you
Yes.
forget the 7-0?
That was at Anfield.
Yes. Where else was it? Where
Where
else was it?
beating Man United or losing to Aston Villa? Oh,
Man
Aston Villa.
Aston
United.
Villa.
I'm saying
No, no,
he
Aston
said
Villa.
the last time we
Aston
won
Villa beat Man
Probably
United.
was losing to
the last
Aston
time we
Villa.
won Manchester
Uh,
United
I
was
remember it
he
was
said
Eric Ten
was
Hag.
2018.
Eric Ten Hag, man, that guy left us memories, undesirable memories, undesirable. Yo, Aziz, tonight,
Tonight's game, I would say, um, mm, mm,
Aziz, Josh, what are you trying to say? I don't know. Josh is trying to say something. Aziz, what are you trying to say? Tonight's game?
tonight's game, I will win this game. I would say 2-0. I would
Mm.
say we'll win 2-0. Yeah, I'd give a score for 2-0. We'll win 2-0 tonight's game.
Tonight's game, and you think he's going to bring out all the squad, or he's going to
I
play
will
around
play.
and
We'll
miss?
definitely play the whole squad. We'll definitely play the whole squad.
Well, I hope we make it back for the stream online so that we banter. The only problem, Postecoglou has no plans, as Josh said. He's a football manager. What he meant by football manager?
Yeah,
These things
yeah, I
of
know.
playing on phone.
Yeah, I know that, and somehow I agree with him because this guy, he doesn't know how to change his tactics.
It's fake.
You're losing, you're winning 1-0, and you're still playing a high line. You're losing 3-0, and you're still playing a high line. Why would you not concede 6 goals?
It's fake.
He was
Honestly,
losing
he is.
5-1, and this guy was still playing high line.
Let's
So
wait and see. Let's wait and see what happens in the next few hours. Sports Jazz, Aziz, I don't know, Josh could be busy because he has to go somewhere, but I hope he makes it. If he doesn't make it, we shall
yeah,
try to
no
be back and
problem,
see.
no problem.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
what about what about the United game? I hope you're going to be there against Arsenal,
No,
Josh.
he has to be around. The
Oh
only
my
problem
God,
is every time he's around.
100%.
I hope we
Okay,
don't lose
okay.
this time, but yeah, he has to be around over
100%.
the weekend.
I want to. I
Thank you so
want.
much, guys. Sports
I want
Jazz,
to
everyone
see
that has
you
been
guys
streaming,
lose.
and Sinan, Peace, whoever was in the comment section, shout outs to you. One love. Please do subscribe, turn on the notifications, share the links. Then I saw also Drax at one point in the rather on the stream. Once again, guys, please do subscribe. Sports Jazz, Josh, Aziz, and Isaac, we are signing out officially. See you in the next few hours.
See you guys.